Hey, what is up guys? So a lot of you just saw that Igknight number 86 version. There's a lot of different ways to play this deck. You can actually exodia your opponent by playing Igknights. And a lot of you guys asked for the profile, so I'm going to go ahead and deliver it for you guys. As of right now, this is technically what is known to be released. We might get some more support to make the deck even more broken, but the deck is absolutely just out of control. Like, hands down, going to be the best deck. Like I mentioned before, like there's really nothing that competes with this at all. The deck is super crazy. But anyways, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we changed some of the music here in the background. It's amazing. If you guys want to go ahead and comment what the heck it is, if you guys know where it's from, I'd like to just know. It's so good. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and just go over the deck profile. We don't really need to really go over explanations. Basically, this variant is going to be a variant where you're just going to go ahead and bust out on number 86 because we just got this card in the TCG. Although we don't have the Igknight, this card is just so boss once you pull it off. If you guys don't know what the heck this deck is, you know, why are all these pendulum normal monsters? This deck is designed to just bring out this turn 1 and then you basically win at that point. But anyways, it's 3 copies of literally every Igknight card. So let's go ahead and go over it. So it's 3 Caliber, 3 Riot, 3 Dragonov, 3 Musket, 3 Eagle, and 3 Magnum. And then we have 3 copies of Reinforcement of the Army. We have 3 copies of Summon Art, the 1 Zephyros, 3 Upstart Goblin, 2 Summoner Monks, 3 Armageddon Knights, and 3 Royal Magical Library. And then we have Instant Fusion. Now the other cards are totally optional. At the moment of me making this video, Ignition Phoenix or Igknight Phoenix, this card doesn't work properly on DevPro. If it does work properly, I would definitely want to play 3. As long as I'm able to just place another one over the field spell, and I can just activate it again, then yeah, I'd play 3. But it currently doesn't work properly at the moment. It lets you draw a card, which is kind of not the effect that this is supposed to have. A few people on the stream mentioned Fusion Substitute, which is an okay card. It lets you bring out this random guy, and then it lets you technically draw a card. Just like other things that you couldn't do in the deck. Technically, all you really need to do is bust out this card, and usually you win the game anyways. So if you guys haven't seen the video, I highly recommend you guys just to check it out because it's just going to show you guys how OP the deck is. Like I said, you can play Exodia in the deck. Obviously, you'll have to make some changes. All you need to do in this deck is literally summon Armageddon Knight, and you win the game. As long as you happen to have one of these. If you draw Zephyros, it does suck though. There's really nothing you can do other than let Zephyros die, and then you have to like wait a turn. But other than that, it's a pretty consistent deck, and I'd say like as long as you don't draw Zephyros turn 1, you almost always have the ability to go for this card because you have 2 copies of Summoner Monk to special summon the Armageddon Knight, or you have 3 copies of Reinforcement of the Army to then add this card to your hand. You have upstarts, and you can technically deck them before you're going for your play anyways, so it's relatively easy to pull off. As far as the extra deck, everything is pretty much not going to be used. Occasionally you can bring out like random stuff like this, or like the Vocal Source. I do like Vocal Source there randomly, but for the most part, the goal is to just bring out number 86, and from there you pretty much make your opponent quit because they can't even normal or special. What they try to do is set stuff, but it's not going to work against the Pendulum deck. Normally, in some decks, you would use all of your cards just to make one number 86, and then they're just going to try to stall you out. With this deck, they don't really have that option because you're playing a Pendulum deck, and not only are you going to have a number 86 first turn, but you're also going to have a Key Beetle, and then on top of that, you already have your Pendulum skill ready to go, and this card's unaffected by everything. And then also your opponent can't normal or special summon, so it's even worse than the Jinlock. They have to basically set something, and then obviously you're just going to Pendulum and just game them. But yeah, be on the lookout for Igknights, guys. I think it's definitely one of the strongest decks to come into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's looking pretty strong at the moment, and if we get any more support, it could be even better. Remember, guys, in the OCG, they don't have all of these cards. I think Armageddon Knight's still at 1, Rhoda's still at 1, Instant Fusion, I think Instant Fusion's also at 1. Obviously, you can play multiple copies if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary anyways. But anyways, yeah, that's the deck profile. Have some fun with it, guys. I don't know if it's available on Dueling Network yet. I believe it is. But yeah, it's a very, very strong deck. And if you guys have any suggestions for the build, let me know. Like I said, this one's at number 86 Turbo version. You can play Exodia. You can play a lot of different versions just because these are technically still spell cards. And even though they're normal monsters with no effects, well, technically no effects. They actually do have effects, which are activated once they are a spell in the Pendulum Zone. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes signing out.